I might as well just do it now. So as always, we must start this stream with the classic Sony PlayStation boot up sound and graphics. Brings back a lot of great memories. And again, this is Bob from USstreamer. We're playing Jumping Flash today to celebrate the PlayStation's 20th birthday, which was actually yesterday. Not to date this stream or anything. And I'm actually starting the stream right now. Sorry for the extra prep time.
Threatening the safety of peaceful worlds. An evil scientist who frightens children and is bent on slavery. A giant robot has seized a peaceful world and carried it off.
I'm being a little quiet during this.
Aloha's evil plan is to turn it into a huge private retreat for himself. Universal City Hall, here to help the people. Robert can do the job. Let's go, Robert! Jump and go!
So basically, the plot of the game is, and there's not much of one, but that's okay because it doesn't really need a plot. Baron Aloha, who hates children and he likes slavery, I guess. Well, he is stealing chunks of the world to build his own private resort, and we're gonna be liberating these chunks of the world that were stolen away by Baron Aloha. Not a lot of options. So let's just get started. And believe it or not, these pre-rendered videos were pretty damn amazing at the time. I know they look very primitive now. You could probably do them in real time on the PS4, I'd probably guess, but I don't know if Jumping Flash is named after the Rolling Stones song. That's what Jack Frost is asking, and I can't tell you. I'm pretty sure it is also called Jumping Flash in Japan, and I'm sure they're fans of Rolling Stones too, so could be. So this is one of the first 3D platformers ever, predating Bubsy, I believe, 3D, predating Mario 64 by a good year, so maybe half a year. And it controls in a way you probably wouldn't expect, and it might be making some of you sick as I play this, but it is a first-person platformer. Very, very, very ambitious game for 1995. I mean, God, we had barely figured out 3D graphics, and it is doing some crazy things with them that require a lot of things to be firing on all cylinders in order for me to know where I am and what I'm doing at any time. And again, let me know if you can hear me okay in the game okay. I want to make some adjustments if things aren't ideal. But for now, I'm just basically, the way these games play are, the way they play is that you basically have to collect a certain number of items and make it to the exit while staying alive, while, you know, avoiding enemies. And I have a double jump, I believe, which I think turns into a triple jump after you beat the game. And it does a cool thing that Metroid Prime would eventually do, and that's when you reach the peak of your jump, you look down so you can actually see where you're landing, which is an amazing bit of very, very thoughtful choice. This game would not work at all if they didn't include that as part of the design. So I'm just basically jumping around with no point to it, but I do want to get these jet pods and leave the level. Whoops. You know what? Our hardware seems to have frozen. Let's reset this real quick. I apologize. Hopefully that won't happen again. And don't worry, it won't take me very long to get back to my former point I was playing too. Luckily, there are no cutscenes that we can't have. No cutscenes that we can't skip. So yeah, I did test this out earlier, and there were no problems. So that could have just been a fluke.
Ready to go?
So yeah, someone in the chat is pointing out that Mario 64's cameraman was like a metaphor. It was Lucky 2. He was literally swinging around a camera, following you. Just different ways to think about video game cameras at the time before they were an established thing we all take for granted these days. And yeah, so I'm just going to be grabbing jet pods like I was. And these levels are very small. If you're used to giant sprawling 3D worlds a la Far Cry, or I don't know, Assassin's Creed, Grand Theft Auto, those sorts of things, you're barking up the wrong tree. This is 1995, people.
Bonus.
So now we're in a bonus stage. Very simple. You shoot all the balloons. You can pop them by jumping on them. I believe it takes less work to jump on them. And because I am a person living in 2014 who is used to 3D controls, maybe not that used to them, it's not that hard. I remember struggling with these stages when I first played the game, but that's because all this 3D stuff was so new. It was a new, bold experiment in game making, and we were all just test subjects in Sony's weird plan. So let me know if you played this game. It is really great. Still very playable today, despite me screwing up so much. And yeah, and it's available on PSN if you're interested. I think, like as with all the games, it is $6. And yeah, just a few more balloons and we'll be good. I don't really need to do this stage, but oh no, okay, well. The prize is a 1-up, but it's an incredibly easy game, so I don't really need it. I just want to show you guys what the bonus stage looked like. And a lot of the game is figuring out how to get to places vertically. So I'm gonna bounce off of... I'm gonna try to bounce off of that. Man. So now I've got 2 left. And you can pick up these power-ups. That stops time, or gives you extra time, rather. And most of them are actually weapons, like cherry bombs, like this guy. And if you couldn't notice, everything is really adorable in this game, although everything is just incredibly crude. Like, you could make papercraft out of these things because they're essentially like 5 polygons, so there's our stop time. And as you can see, I'm getting like 10 minutes to figure out this level, and that is not necessary at all. There are some levels I think in this game, I could be thinking of the second game, but they're kind of like Doom style, like 3D labyrinths. Those are a little more fun, I think, in terms of like, you know, finding your way around. Let me try to find where this other jet pod is. And you have a radar too, and I think that could be north, or it could mean exit up. And there is a sequel in America, like I said. It's Jumping Flash 2, Big Trouble in Little Moo. I believe that's what it's called. And then there was a third game that is I believe it's like a theme park simulator or something like that. That did not come out here. I've been always interested in knowing how that played. And give me 1 second here. Cool. So somebody's saying there was no third game. Well, I guess it wasn't an officially Jumping Flash game. It was a spin-off, rather. I don't know the name of it offhand, but it was not. It did not play at all like this, which is a shame because I think this series could come back. And I've always had the crazy idea that someone should make like an arcade cockpit version of this that tilts as you jump. It would be so amazing. But like Oculus Rift is, I guess, basically made for this game. I don't know what happened to the people who made it. I imagine some of them might still be at Sony. I should have looked into this a little bit earlier, but okay. So you can see the landscapes are a little surreal, and that will hurt me, so don't jump on a frying pan, guys. Oh yeah, apparently it was called, thank you to Jack Frost 2012 in the thread, as Robert Mon Dieu. And I always wanted to play it. I'm not sure if it's good or not. This game also has a great soundtrack, and in case you forgot, it came in one of those really long PlayStation boxes, the long ones that were half plastic, half cardboard. No one liked those. They were like the snapper cases on DVDs.
Free time.
And I'm sorry if I brought back horrible memories of bad DVD cases, but I'm here to bring you down today. It's Thursday. It's not Friday yet. Yes, so you see, it's not very hard to get to the end of a level, and I might actually be able to beat this whole game in this stream. I'm not going to make any promises, but, and it's also been a long time since I've played it for a serious reason, like a live stream, not just to screw around, so I'm given like 8 minutes to just walk around. So this game actually looks a little like Kingsfield in its own way. Just very, very primitive 3D, which I like, which I think is coming back for nostalgia. We haven't quite gotten over our 8-bit pixel graphic nostalgia, but I think these crude 3D graphics, nostalgia for that is coming back in a big way.
Great.
And I'm going to make my way over to that exit in a second. Just want to make sure I can do it. Okay. So I can only go up to the exit by going up these platforms over here, so I'm making my way that way. Yeah, I think I got this copy at GameStop like a billion years ago for $5. It never was an expensive game.
All right.
So let me know if you have any questions about Jumping Flash. If you're enjoying the stream, I'm having a lot of fun. I love this game. I'm glad I found a reason to play it again. It's hard to revisit games all the time when you have so many new things you want to play. Here's a boss fight, by the way. He is a little man. I would love to have papercraft versions of these things, just sitting around on my desk. If you save your special weapons, like this awesome laser, the bosses aren't too bad. I know there's a way to aim... Oh, up? Okay, yeah. Okay, ooh. And... Okay, I wasn't sure if I could land on his head without getting hurt. So it's kind of a mix of like first-person shooter and platformer, which is so weird for 1995. And if you're wondering about if there's any games that are similar to this, there aren't a lot. I mean, Lovely Planet is one of them, and I played that on a stream, I don't know, a few weeks ago. Look at our YouTube page, it's on there, and it's youtube.com/USgamernet, I think. It's very similar to this. It's much harder, and less of a focus on jumping. There's still a lot of jumping, but the jumping is much faster. You don't go nearly as high in the air. So Robot's off to his next world of desert-themed stuff. Keep forgetting the confirm button is circle, not the X button.
Ready to go?
And this stage has one of my favorite songs from Jumping Flash in it, so please enjoy this music. I think it's really great. Nice sitar. Oops. And I mean, I am... Oh, you know what? Good thing.
Ready to go?
I saved. I learned my lesson that this thing is going to be a little unstable, so in case you're wondering, it's a little easier for me to stream from my PC, so I just ripped the game to my PC, and I'm playing it that way. I have a much more control over what I can do when I stream from my PC, so I prefer to do it that way. Oh, apparently, so OKG Dragon is asking about the origin of this game. He said it was apparently supposedly built off a game almost like this on some obscure Japanese PC platform. I really don't know. Maybe a site like Hardcore Gaming 101 would know. I'd really like to know because I just want to know what happened to the people who made this game. The secret of Robert Mondu, and I guess I'm invisible now? Invincible, rather, which is why it's getting all trippy. And there are bottomless pits in this game you can fall into, so yeah, let's a little George Harrison action. So our levels are getting a little bit bigger. Nothing we can't handle, though. And that was pretty good. I don't think the money has a purpose in this game. You can't spend it, you can't buy anything. I think it's just for points. You can unlock your PS1 trophies, I guess. if they were to exist. And as always, it's a Japanese game from the 90s, so you need a Moai head. Don't ask me why. They're just there. You should be happy for that.
Great.
So there's a jet pod. Sorry guys, just getting my bearings. I do find it fascinating how creative they were able to be while still just being really hampered by what little they knew about developing 3D games. And how well it actually works, like 19 years later, almost 20 years later. It still works incredibly well. I may look I'm struggling a bit, that's only because I'm streaming and I'm talking and playing at the same time, so... I really recommend buying it on PSN. It's holds up incredibly well, and it's incredibly cheap, and it'll give you like a good afternoon of fun. I do not want to get in front of those guys. And it does predate... Oh, there we go again. Oh no, I made a mistake, guys. Okay. That was my fault. I'm sorry about this. Oh, yes. Okay, so, you know what? We're good. I just realized what was happening. My mouse was moving, and that was what was actually tripping up the window, so... Whew. I thought we were gonna have to start over again. That's a relief on my part. I'm gonna stomp some pelicans. Oh. God, I hope those are bombs they're throwing. I don't know if this works on Vita. We're getting a question in the chat room. It should, because it's a PlayStation 1 game, and I think they all are supposed to work, but I don't want to mislead you, so I would look into that before you go buying anything. And for some reason, Stonehenge is in the desert, I guess, in this game.
All right.
Okay, so OKG Dragon says that the developer on this game, which is called Exact, worked on a game called Geograph Seal, and that's what this game is based on. Yeah, this guy, I was going to say that. Actually, I thought of that joke Jack Frost 2012 said before he said it. I'm not saying that you stole it, I'm saying we had this exact same joke in our heads, in that the skybox is literally a box. Okay, now we're in Doom-style level, which are like little mazes. I'm sure they were a bit inspired by things like Doom and not Quake yet, but like Wolfenstein. There is no strafing. I apologize. These levels actually used to creep me out a little as a kid. And in case you're wondering how I'm doing this, I'm holding in the R button. Oh yeah, there's no analog support either, just in case you're curious about that. It is pre-analog stick PlayStation. I do like this like lounge version of the last song though that we listened to. Wow. You know what, we're just gonna wait to see if this clears up. I apologize for these issues. Okay. It looks like our sound, something's wrong with the it could just be the it ripped improperly and we lost our music, but that's cool. We can still play the game.
Danger.
Unless that happens. So now we are in Zelda Hell because we are dying and the game wants us to know that that is a bad thing and we should not be dying. So hopefully I'll run into a great little carrot to munch into so I can get this health back. Unfortunately, jet pods do not give you health back. Let's just try to escape. I guess we can't go that way. Again, these levels are... Oh, I'm down. Okay, we're good.
Get ready.
We got our music back, and... I'm saving the game, so in case we get another crash. So we're getting some questions in the chat room. How does the game control? Well, you... Wait. Okay, well, you can stop and move your head around with the R1 button, but that's it. There's no strafing that I can remember using. Yeah, I mean, that's basically it. And you use the D-pad to move around. There's no analog stick. This is pre-analog stick, PlayStation times.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be a little more careful this time around, just because I was like, yeah, this game's so easy, but then I was just being careless, so. Yeah, I don't like those spiders very much. Okay, before going down there, and as you can also see, we're giving a lot less time, and these stupid enemies respawn. So, I believe there's something over here. A jet pod. See, I'd have to go back to get that, and I don't want to do that. Especially because I hate these spiders that respawn. Back into the pit. This is Baron Aloha, if you can tell by that horribly stretched out texture. I do like that they have inside and outside levels in this game. They really thought of many different ways they could use the concept, including robo-lasers. Ah, man. I did a little quick save in case I'm gonna fail again. Well, that's not cool. It seemed... Oh, boy. Okay. Alright. I don't think there's a way to change your sub-weapon, actually, once you just go through them all, I think. Don't remember if there's a switch or something. I don't think this game has switches in it.
Here you go. Danger.
Dear Lord, I am not doing very well tonight. It's okay. I will survive. That just goes to show you, kids, don't ever say a game is easy on a live stream, because it will then proceed to mock you for your hubris, like it's doing right now. Thankfully, I am armed to the teeth. I could buy some carrots or something with this money that is useless to me. We will find a carrot. I will make this happen. That's not a carrot. This is a bad place to be for me right now. I see how they're doing it. Okay. Okay. This is the world's worst idea, but I'm gonna do a little cheat save here. And I'm gonna pray to all things holy that doesn't happen. Let's try that again. Sorry for all the technical problems, folks. I tested everything. I swear. You're gonna have to suffer through horrible beeping for a little bit more.
Too bad.
And I am down to 1 measly hit point. Whoa, I couldn't even see that. Okay. This just goes to show you. don't save in bad situations like this. If you must save, be sure you're saved first. So I'm going to be playing it incredibly safe right now by taking out these guys from an incredibly long distance. That way, hopefully I won't trigger their attacks. And the twisters are great because they will... I don't think they're quite homing weapons, but they wind around corners and whatnot, and can be really helpful. Okay, we're about to make it. Unless this guy wants to kill us. And he just did. Okay. Okie doke. It is kind of lousy that you can't get hit by things without seeing them first, but... what are you gonna do? Okay. 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 Now we get our carrot. Now we get this. We get this, which is not fair. Yipes. This is a very flop-sweaty live stream, by the way, people. I was not expecting so many technical problems to pop up. But that's fine, because we are out of here right now. You can adjust your aiming to shoot, but you have to stop. It's kind of like a Resident Evil style mechanic where you can't be moving and aiming at the same time.
Ready to go?
So again, we get the same music, but I think all bossed up. If I'm not mistaken, I think... ooh, I can destroy parts of his tail, maybe? No. This might take a few tries to get right. Maybe not. If I can defeat this tremendous AI he's got. There we go.
All right.
Hooray. So I'm blasting off for more adventure in Stage 3. I forget what this stage is all about. We got an amusement park stage, which is great. These are always fun. And probably really good music too, if I remember correctly. Really, really out there level designs as well.
Ready to go?
So it says Alaska. Oh, aloha, sorry. Oh, that's a mistake. Don't just walk backwards, kids. There we go. Alright. So the safest way is to just jump on these dorks, and they will explode in many froggy pieces. So you can see, there are not a lot of textures in this game. Many things are just flat shaded, very Final Fantasy VII style characters. And there is a little time extent, I'll grab that without falling off the ledge this time. And Roman Candle, there's a bonus stage out there that I don't really care about because who needs extra lives, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't know why this train isn't moving. I thought it did move, but maybe I just some book balloon start. I don't know what that means. That is very strange. And my We got... Okay, now we're back. I think the freezing happens when the game is looking for the music but can't find it, maybe? But that's okay. We don't need music. Have a good time. This platforming kind of reminds me of Mario Sunshine a bit, in that you are gradually working your way up these winding platforms. Oh no, forgot about homing, guys.
Yeah.
Now I'm just trying to find the next.
Go for it.
Uh-oh. Man, not having a good time with this, Okay. I will have to reboot in 1 second, so, please bear with me here, and I will restart this program, and we'll get back into the game. Okay. And I'm loading up right now, so thanks for your patience. Where are you? There you go. Alright, we're back. Again, sorry about all this. I always test stuff out ahead of time. This time, I did the same thing and had no problems. This game is fun. This game is lots of fun.
Ready to go?
And like I said, it's only $6 on PSN, so go for it. You have my full endorsement. I cannot give you your money back if you don't like it, but you can yell at me in public if you see me. That's a promise. Oh, so now I guess there's a book here. Let's jump on this book. I don't know. I can't read that text. I can't really make it out. I assume this is a book-themed, train ride to the... Yeah, I can't read that. Whoa.
Yeah.
I actually needed that. So again, this might look extremely primitive, and it is. 1995, it was totally amazing, and not enough people paid attention to it. It kind of blew me away. And of course, I guess everyone would forget about this after Mario 64 the next year, but it did a lot of good stuff with the technology, a little, you know, ahead of time compared to everybody else. And yes, that is the Skybox. And we got another freeze on our hands. We can. Thankfully, I am doing a lot more saving, so we can avoid the problems we've been facing so far in this live stream. And I thank you all for being patient with me. I do try to stay entertaining, and I do try to, you know, anticipate problems, but they pop up. Technology is not perfect. And I'm off to find my last jet pod. I think it might be here. And we'll just shoot this guy in the butt.
Yeah.
And we got a carrot for that. Okay. Sure. There we go. The last one's in a tricky spot. So, do a little saving, and then I'll jump over there. Yeah, the UI is really great. I don't know what that alarm clock thingy bouncing around is. It's probably something very obvious that I'm not thinking of, but it's cute. It's very cute. Wish I could read this. I don't know what this says. No idea. Damn, okay. So I'm probably not going to beat this game today, but I can get pretty far, I think. So long as we are not crashing all over the place.
Ready to go?
Yeah, I think that is a marker of how many jet pods that you have. There are only 4. They spell out exit, the word exit. Sky Park. Also, really great music in this level too. This game has some really great music. Also, giraffes that spit poison? Sure, why not? Sky whales? Why not? So there is like a weird little roller coaster in this level, which I like. They try to think of different ways to make the first-person perspective fun, and that is one of the ways by putting you on a roller coaster. It's not a very long or creative roller coaster, but it is still a roller coaster. Let's try to get on that. Alright, where are we? There's a jet pod up. Thought I was gonna fall. Okay. So we got our first jet pod, and ooh, something is stinging us. Whoa. Let's go back up. Okay. Here's our roller coaster. Again, nothing too crazy, nothing too out there in terms of what they're doing with the graphics, but just something fun for you to do in the game. Controls with the D-pad, I'm getting asked in the chat room. They're a little awkward. This game would be much better with an analog stick. Unfortunately, this game was released pre-Sony analog stick, so you're not going to have that luxury with this game. But it's after a bit you can adapt. It is not the hardest game to control, really, from this era. Especially in terms of 3D. That's why I like this game so much. It's that, it just aged incredibly well. And I think I need to get off until I can... Oh, that's not it. There we go. Give me 1 second, folks. There we go. I gotta just find that last jet pod. I'll be home free. I want to go this way. There it is. I do want to check out the predecessor to this game. I imagine it's got to be pretty neat too. Maybe it's not as inventive or as colorful or cartoony, but I'm sure there's something there. Yeah, looking around with the shoulder button is a little awkward, especially because it kind of freezes you in place, but you don't really need to do that often, so that's a plus. I guess we're at the boss already. There are only 3 worlds, I think, in this game. I'm sorry, 6 worlds.
Ready to go?
This one's pretty cool, though. So, these teacups... The thing you need to stomp on comes out of one of them. It's a giant, scary clown head. The rest are, I don't know, arms, I think? And I guess jumping on the arms hurts the boss too, so you can just keep going around like this if you want. Maybe even jumping on the teacups hurts the boss. No, that's not true. Pardon my silence, I am just trying to concentrate on this. And also, the chat room I'm looking at, the screensaver bopped on, so I'm gonna wait till this boss fight's over to hit the chat room up. So hang on tight. This is kind of relaxing, actually, doing this. Hopefully it's entertaining. There we go. That's what we wanted to do. I knew it was gonna happen. Alright, let me hit up this chat room.
Ready to go?
Yeah, I would love a sequel to this game with better graphics. So we're gonna be a little more careful this time. I'm gonna use my special weapons. I do like these death lasers Robert can get. There we go. So now we're getting a ton of clown faces, which I don't like. Yeah, I would love for Sony to bring this back in some way. I think it's time. I think it could be a project for their Morpheus, whatever, their 3D, sorry, headset, their VR thingy. I think it's time. It's time for Jumping Flash to come back. Boss might have a little too many hit points. Okay. I didn't grab that. I'm just gonna grab it. Now we're down to the last boss cup. It is kind of creepy, actually. Now he turns into this whirling dervish. And you actually need to get high up to damage him, which he's not very smart, so he's just gonna hang out there on the edge while I kill him. I don't think this game would be better as a third-person perspective game. We're getting questions in the chat room. It's just because this game is built around being in the first person, really. The exhilaration of having that perspective and jumping around in that perspective, which admittedly has not held up as well as it probably could have, but they did the best they could at the time, so.